We're recording, finally. Let me fix this. Okay, we're recording. I fixed the SD card on my camcorder thingamajig, and I erased everything and I'm starting again. Right, welcome back. If this is only the first time you're watching, it's competition week, Christmas competition, and the winner is going to get this lovely painting which I'm about to paint. I have painted this already. Well, I was about 3/4 of the way through the painting, and I went in to transfer the video file to my computer, and the card wouldn't work, the file was corrupt, nothing would work, so I had to erase everything and start again. So I gave my canvas just a quick clean with some turpentine. I took off the painting that was there, and it was gorgeous, believe me. But there's still a little bit of a shading left on the canvas, so at least I can follow what I was doing previously. Right, a lovely snow scene. I have a bucket here with names, all the followers, all my patrons, all my regular followers. You're in here, okay? I promise you all you are here. And I'm going to pick out a winner at the end of the video. You're going to get this lovely painting. It's 30 inches by 24, if I remember correctly. It's a big painting, and you're going to get a set of my brushes with a couple of extra ones thrown in. I'm throwing an extra 1 or 2 in as well, so a set of those lovely stubby brushes. And to finish off the year nicely for all of you, I'm giving you a set of paints. The paints I use, okay? These are Winsor & Newton 37mm tubes of paint. Okay, I'll be giving you a set of these. Now, I haven't bought them yet. I must get to the art store and buy them. So I'll be giving you a set of about 6 or 7 of these colours. All the colours which I use. There's no point in me buying a little box set of paints, because most of the colours that I would use wouldn't be in that set, would not be in the set. So I just buy them separately, and I will give you a set of paints as well to get you started. Okay, how's that? Is that good? Does that sound good? Okay, brilliant. Right, let's crack on. Put my paints down, and I have my canvas here. I have my new palette set up. I have my bucket with my names. We are ready for action, my friends. This is going to be lovely. I can tell you in advance it's going to be beautiful. Nice simple techniques, a snow scene with some reflections, and a little bridge. Okay, so good luck. I wish you all the best. To whoever gets this lovely painting, I will pack it and I will send it off after the new year, because I'm a little apprehensive about sending it off right now just before Christmas, because with the postal services being so busy, I don't want it going missing or getting lost in transit. So I think after the new year, when everything settles down, I'll post it, and you'll get it then timely and quickly and hopefully in one piece. Okay, so I'm going to turn the camera and I'm going to get set up, and we will crack on, have a bit of fun with this. Alright, don't go anywhere, stay right there. Okay, here we go. There is the photograph on your screen. Isn't that gorgeous? I think somebody asked me to paint this a long time ago on my Facebook page. I might be wrong, but I have a feeling they might have. I couldn't find the post, but it was stunning. That's going to be it for the Christmas giveaway. A beautiful painting on this lovely big canvas. Now, I do apologise. This is what I had painted earlier. I washed it off. You can still see the bit of shading left from where I painted trees. It's a little bridge, lovely snowy trees up on both sides with some reflections. Alright, I'm going to be looking now every 5 minutes back at this camera to make sure it's still recording. I'm not taking a chance again. So I'm going to what I might do actually in future is I'll have a little monitor up on the wall, up overhead just there, and I might just watch the monitor to make sure it's still recording and there's nothing going wrong. That's the plan. Right, I have my colours. Let me name the colours for you. Titanium white, Naples yellow, I've a little cobalt blue, some phaylo blue, some alizarin crimson, some cadmium red, some magenta, a little, some burnt umber, and some black. Okay, I'll put the list up on the screen at the end of the video, or even on the description. I'll put them up on the description for you. Let's go. Now, lovely smooth canvas. I have a little turpentine here, just turpentine, regular turpentine, with a little drop of linseed oil in the turpentine as well. Right, lovely blue sky up on top. Okay, let's crack on and take your small stubby brush or any large flat brush that you have. I'm going to do the sky with cobalt blue this time because it's a kind of much more wintry sort of a blue. It's not like phthalo blue is more of an earthy greeny hint of greeny blue in it. Cobalt is more of a natural kind of sky blue sort of a colour. So I'm going to use cobalt blue for this tutorial. I don't use it very often, I'll be very honest, but I think for this tutorial it'll be nice. A nice wintry kind of a sky, a bright blue sunny day kind of a sky. So blue right the way across up there. Now I'll keep dampening my brush, adding white and dampening my brush and adding white all the time to make it nice and creamy, okay? I want it nice and creamy. So the consistency you want is a nice creamy kind of a blue. Okay, now what I'm going to do with this painting is I'm actually going to go around the sides as well. Now I can leave this section on the sides because it's just blue, I can paint it later. But when I'm doing this, the trees and stuff like this, I'm going to go around the sides as well. Just dab, dab, dab around the sides to make it a complete painting wrapped around a canvas frame, you know what I mean? Wouldn't that look nice? So let's crack on now and get this bright, simple blue sky done. Alright, plenty of turpentine now, don't be afraid to use the turpentine. And bring it right down. And as it comes down, it's going to get slightly lighter. And on the photograph it looks just like all one colour, and it is pretty much one colour the whole way down. But I just want to make it slightly lighter as we come further down, okay? Excuse me, I have an awful cough. Well, it's not a cough, it's like a tickly, dry throat for the past couple of months. It's really, really annoying. I must go to my doctor and see what the story is. Just to be on the safe side, I suppose. Now, let's go across all the way down. Look, there we go, right down. And just at the end, let's just take some white and put some white right across that there. I'm not going to go all the way down now because we have trees here, so we don't need to worry about that. No clouds in this one either, just a nice, simple blue sky. Job done. Look at that, nice and simple. I might add a little phthalo blue. So you can see now the way phthalo blue is a hint of a sort of a greeny blue in phthalo blue, and it's very rich, look. I just want to put a little bit of that maybe just across the top of the sky, just a tiny, tiny hint of it, and soften it down then, maybe just 1 or 2 inches, that's all. And that'll just help as well, give it a bit of depth, give the sky a little depth. Right, now let me sit back. Have a look on camera. My camera is still rolling. I'm not taking any chances, I can tell you that much. Right. Now we have some lovely trees off in the distance, and what I'm doing with trees, when I paint trees like this, I always start with the shadow. So I'm basically painting the outline of the trees and filling it in with the shadow colour. Now the shadow colour in those distant trees is like a nice warm pinky sort of a blue. So I'm going to go with phthalo blue. I'm going to take some crimson and then some white, and I'm going to add a tiny hint of turpentine into this now, just with the corner of the brush. When I take turpentine, it's just a corner I'm using, just a tiny amount, just to soften the paint that little bit more. Do you understand? That's the idea. Now I have a nice warm kind of a bluey colour there. Let me just check it. Ah yeah, that's nice, I like that. So look, I'm going to go along now and just paint in my trees, go around the bridge. Okay, right over here. Bring it right across. When I'm doing the top of the trees then, I'm just going to dab. Dab, 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 dab. Okay? And vary the trees, okay? Up and down, up and down. The one mistake I see a lot of people making is that they will make their trees exactly the same height all the way along. So they'll have a row of trees exactly the same. Do try to avoid doing that because, excuse me, you want it to look natural. So naturally they'll be all different heights and they will vary. Okay? Just try to remember that. Now, I'll just fill this in very quickly, look, just like that. And we could even go down under the bridge as well, because we have some land down under there, and it's going to be the same colour. So a blue and a bit of pink and some white. And let me go now, let's have a look. That's a little bit, now it might be a little bit on the dark side. Let's just take a bit of white. I just want to fill it in. I'm not worried about details or anything like that. I just want to fill it in. Okay, let's just soften a bit of that blue up there as well. And now, over on this side, I want to make it just very soft. Now, because if you look at the photograph, okay, all you can really make out is the front tree coming up and lots of kind of white foliage on that tree. The background colour is a very soft pinky colour, pinky kind of a mauvey colour. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm not looking at that tree, I'm thinking about the colour behind. So just imagine that tree is not even here, okay? And focus on that colour behind. It's a very soft kind of a very soft mauvey kind of a colour, isn't it? So let's just put that in. Now I'll take a hint more of the pink, I think, this time. And let me just have a look. Yeah, that's good. I'm happy enough with that. So we'll go up here now with that colour. Fill all this area in with that colour. Okay, just like so. Fill it right in all the way up. And when we get to the outside, you could even give a couple of dabs, look, just like this, just to suggest some foliage. And again, remember, we're going to be painting over most of this anyway. It's just to have a colour there in the background, that's all. And I might make it a bit darker here down in this corner. I'll take some black this time with a hint of blue. And I'll come down here and I'll introduce that sort of a greeny bluey colour. I know now it's a greeny bluey colour, but it'll give plenty of depth to the painting when it's finished. Okay, so a little darker colour just there and sort of soften it off around into the other colours, okay? And look, I'm not softening it too much. You can even dab it in if you like. It's just to give a bit of depth down there. I may take a hint of burnt umber as well and soften a bit of dark colour down in there. Okay, that's fine. I'm happy enough with that. So that's what we have so far. Let me take a hint of pink for a moment and add a hint of pink just across this, and perhaps a hint of white. So we can do a lot with one brush. Look, we create the bank off in the distance. Okay, like so. And then we also have a big kind of a tree coming up here, don't we? Now I'm going to paint this shadowed area nice and dark on this one, okay? Nice and dark. And we also have a little bit of a one coming up here. I might switch brushes for that one. I might switch to, let me think now for a moment. Let me think. I'll switch to this slightly smaller brush for that one, okay? And let me just take a nice mix of pretty much the same as what we mixed earlier. Some phaylo blue, some pink. No, that's too much pink, isn't it? Some white. And I may keep this slightly on the warmer side. I may. Let me just try this now and see how it is, okay? It's a very thin mix. It's not a lot of paint, okay? It's very thin. And I'm going to go up here and just have a look at this. Okay, that's not bad. So look, I'm just going to put in the shadowed area on this tree up here. Okay, a little bit there. I may even take another hint of blue. This is just a very loose impression here now. This is all I'm after, okay? Because some of this will be painted over as well. Now, put that brush down and move back to our bigger one. And take some blue, some phaylo blue, and I may try a hint of magenta this time. Okay? Little hint. Magenta has a very wonderful pinky colour. And then some crimson, little more magenta. And let me try that nice mix here now. It's nice and rich, isn't it? Okay. Right, we have. Now I'm looking at just the shapes of the darks, okay? So I'm going to come right across around this tree here. We have a nice big white tree here, don't we? So let's go around that. Let's fill all this in all the way up, okay? And what I'm going to do then is just get the basic, I'm looking at the shape, alright? That's all I'm doing now, I'm looking at the shape of those shadowed colours. So we have, so it kind of comes up like this, alright, round, and then it goes up like that, and it goes around again like this, and then it goes up and around again like that, doesn't it? So that's our basic shadowed areas filled in. Okay, everyone happy? And I will take then a slightly darker colour. I'll take some black with phthalo blue, because I can see a very rich colour here and there just on the ends of some of those. I can see that very sort of a darky kind of a colour just creeping in here and there, not too much, a little bit around here. So you can see now the phthalo blue and the black, it gives you this sort of a greeny bluey sort of effect, doesn't it? Which is really very nice. It's perfect for this type of a composition, I think. So that's that. We have those in. Okay, and we're doing quite well. I think we will leave the big brush for now, put that down, and move on to our smaller brush. And any kind of, let me just check the camera now. Yeah, that's good. Any rough brush that's splayed out will do fine for this, absolutely fine. We're now going to start putting in the light snowy effects. Alright, let's have a bit of fun. So it's a nice, I can see a very light pink when I look at that photograph. So let's take plenty of white and let's take a hint of crimson. Okay, so we have a very bright pink here now. Then a hint of Naples yellow. I'm going to just add a hint of warmth into this mix, because I like this colour, it's a lovely colour. So now with this, and the brush is very sort of rough and sticking out, you see it? That's the kind of brush you want. Let me zoom in here and see if you can see this. That's what you want, a nice roughly splayed out brush. And let's start with the background trees now. I'm going to start over here. So I'm just going to basically, with the corner, very gently dab, 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 and it just gives you a lovely impression of snow on the trees, snowy foliage, and leave it soften back then into the dark very gently, look, just like that. So I'll do the same then on the next one here. And I'm moving from left or from right to left, and I presume that's because I'm left-handed, so I tend to kind of go from right over to left when I'm painting. I don't know why that is. It's just, I suppose you could call it a habit, but I generally tend to kind of go across the canvas this way to my left. Now aren't these lovely? So twist and turn your brush now in different directions, just try different types of strokes, look, so you can even push it in a bit more and you might get something different, you see? And I'm leaving it soften down back into the dark then, and almost leaving it disappear, you see what I mean? And we have some lovely snowy trees. You see how simple this is now? Okay, we've one there, let's put another little bit down there. And sit back again, take a quick look. Isn't that wonderful? Now I'm very, very happy with this. Let's put a hint of that light across the bank off in the distance, okay, just a little hint of it, like so. We could even bring some down over here to suggest the rest of those trees coming down behind that bridge. Yeah, how about that? Isn't that lovely? And let's put one or two here. Now the bulk of this area is covered by this big tree, as I was saying earlier, so you don't have to be too particular with this really, I'll be quite honest. I would even probably just leave it as it is, but you know what the heck, let's just add a little bit of foliage in here and there as well on that one, okay? And you know what we'll do, let's switch to a slightly larger brush for this. I'll see now if I have one that's kind of pretty sort of worn and splayed. I have one here, I don't know if this is worn enough for me to create some foliage. Let me just try it. Just remember, like, this is all in the background, so you don't have to be too particular with all of this, really, I'll be honest. It's just to give it some interest, I suppose, looking through that big tree that's out in front. That's all it's for. Most of this will be covered. Okay, there we go. Let's just dab a couple of that in. Yeah, that's that. Next, I want to put a little tree trunk on this small tree off in the distance back there, okay? So I'm just going to take a little black, just a little black and perhaps a little burnt umber, very watery now, and let's go up here and give that a little tree trunk. There we go, a couple of little branches sticking out here and there. And we could even put a couple coming up like this as well, just to give a suggestion of the branches kind of hitting and missing. See what I mean? No, that's fine. We could even put one or two off in the distance, look. One or two fine little tree trunks popping up here and there off in the distance. It's just a suggestion. Now you probably can't see those, but I can see them just very, very lightly. Okay. I want to crack on and get some snow on these. And this is a lot of fun. I'm enjoying this now. This is nice. A nice tutorial, I think, to finish off 2019. And a nice winter scene. I just really hope now that the winner likes this painting. Okay, now let's go up here and add a bit of snow to this. We have some snow up here on the left hand side of this. So look, just dab, 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 dab. Here and there. Don't forget to go through your tree trunk as well. That's very important. Okay, there we go. That's all you need. You see how fast it was? You don't have to spend too much time going around these. Absolutely perfect, okay? Please just try to make it nice and quick and it will work much better, I promise. Okay, we have a lot of snow now up on this one, so let's go up and get this one covered with lots of lovely snow. So let's go along here and go up there. I'm trying to keep the shaded areas as much as I can, but there is a lot of snow on the tree, so, you know, just go into the shaded area a little bit. And then sort of softening the lights down into the darks, you see. Now let's take a little blue, little phaylo blue, and a little white. Because it'll be a very whitey bluey kind of a snow here and there as well. Isn't this lovely? And it's such an easy way to paint foliage, it really is. Just dab, dab, dab with the brush. Just have a bit of fun and don't be too particular. Don't be too particular with it, just have a bit of fun. Now, another little bit of crimson there, a little hint of Naples yellow, and plenty of white. And we have this beautiful sunlit colour again. I'll try and flatten my brush just slightly, you see, like this, and then I'll go along with the corner of the brush. So it's that sort of a technique. I'm only dabbing now with the corner of the brush, nothing else. And then go over here, soften it back into the shaded area again. And that's coming on lovely now. I have to say that's quite lovely. I'm very, very happy so far with this. Now a bit of pink up here, so it's catching the light, you see? It's really catching the light up on this side. And soften it right down. There we go. And I'm hardly even touching the canvas now when I'm doing this. I'm hardly touching it. No, that lovely. So anyway, I just wanted to say thank you all for following me all the way through this year. you know, all the ups and downs with my channel being hacked and me uploading a new channel and all of that. It was a tough old year, I have to say, but I'm delighted everything is back to normal, and I'm thrilled that most of my followers are back. You know, I lost a lot of them, but look, it's okay. I don't mind, we'll get it back. Now, what I'm going to do next is just add a little dark over here. Just adding that riverbank over there very quickly, look, just a little couple of lines, couple of little flicks here and there. Soften it off into the distance, just to break it up a little. Alright, you could even add 1 or 2 tree trunks perhaps. Just off in the distance, and even put a hint of snow on those as well. There we are. Isn't that lovely? Some beautiful, simple trees. You see, it's just nice and simple. Now, let me see what I have on my camera. We're 23 minutes in. We've 68 minutes recording time left on one battery. That's not bad. Let's crack on and do this bridge, because I'm anxious to get the bridge done. All I'm going to do is take a small little flat brush. Your medium stubby will do just fine. I have one here. Medium stubby, dampen the brush. Let's take some burnt umber. Let's go with some burnt umber just for now. First of all, let's just get the shape of this bridge in like this, okay? So with that, let's just get the shape of this bridge in. Now, bring it down a bit more there, I think. I'm trying to get it reasonably kind of good, I suppose, reasonably oval. Let's add a little bit of black and a bit of blue into this side, because that's going to be kind of shaded. That's very sort of shaded over there. Let's take some more burnt umber, fill this in. So the mix is quite thin now, I have to be honest. It's quite a thin kind of a mix. It's not a very thick mix of paint. Down like that. There we are. Right, so that's just, I'm just making sure now that I have the general outline of the bridge done. Very kind of loosely and filled in, and then we'll start adding a little bit to it, okay? Now, so the top is kind of fairly straight, isn't it? It's straight like that up on top, and then it turns, doesn't it? Like so. Alright, I think this needs to come down a little bit, just like that. Okay, and I'll take some Naples yellow and some cadmium red, and I'm just going to add a little light here and there to the bridge, just with downward strokes, okay? Just to give it a little bit of light, some light catching it here and there. How's that? That's not bad now, is it? Okay, I'll take my pointy brush and I'll take some black paint, just black, nothing else, plenty of turpentine, and I'm going to just go under the bridge and just refine some of the lines, okay? Like so. And we have now let's see, we have a couple of uprights, don't we? So let's get them in. I'm just keeping all of this simple for now, just simple straight lines. Okay, nothing too fancy. And let's go along here, along there. And what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to add a very cool shadow to one side of this. And what I mean is, I'm going to take a little bit of that dark blue, and I'm just going to add a little bit of blue in here and there. So you can see now it's a kind of, it's almost like an illuminated shadow. Does that make sense? Can you see that? Just on one side? Absolutely, of course you can. And I'm going to put some lights then. Now you see, I want to kind of catch the feeling, or get the feeling rather, of the light hitting one side of the bridge. So it's kind of coming across and it's kind of starting around here and it's hitting the bridge, isn't it? So I want to kind of try and capture that feeling. Let's try some cadmium red with some burnt umber and a hint of white. And I'm using just using sort of paint on its own now with this, no thinners. There. That's not bad now at all, is it? Let's take a pointy brush with some Naples yellow and some of that pinky colour actually, and let's put a highlight on some of these uprights. And as it comes across, just a little. Just to show them, just to show that they're there, that's all. Now we're a part in the bridge where you can almost see right through the bridge. Do you see that? So I'm going to put some of that in as well. And I'll just say, let's just go like this. Okay, and let's put one here. I'm just basically taking some of the blue colour, similar to the background, okay? That's all. And just putting some of that in little boxes, just to show that you can almost see right through the bridge. Do you understand? That's all it is, really. It's just an indication that they're there, that's all. And a little bit of dark. See, I'm just kind of doing little details here and there, that's all. But I'm not being fussy either. Now, next we have the top of the bridge. Handrails, that kind of thing. So let's take some Naples yellow and some burnt umber. And it's a wonderful colour. It's that kind of a mustardy sort of a colour, isn't it, up there? And let's start with the uprights. So we have two sets of handrails, we have the front ones and the back ones as well. So I'm just going to start with the front. Okay, one there and one there. Let's not get too fussy with all of these now, okay? One here, one there and one there. Okay, there we are. And then we have a piece that goes right across the top straight. And then it turns and comes down, doesn't it? See, I'm just very quickly doing it, very loosely. Okay, so it comes down, straight down, like so. Then we have the same, off in the distance, we have slightly to one side of these, the opposite side handrails, do you understand? They're on the opposite side of the bridge, so they're kind of to one side slightly. Take a bit more burnt umber in that. And then we can suggest the handrail in the other side. Like so. So now we have the basic handrail is done. Do you want me to zoom in? Let me zoom in here and show you. Okay, so we have that much done now so far. Now I'm going to take some burnt umber and then I'm going to just darken some of them. Particularly this side, because again, that's in shadow. Well, it's kind of been cut by the shadow of the trees, so it's very sort of dark on the left hand side. So we can give some shadows to these then on the right hand side. Okay. And we can give a slight shadow to the underneath of the handrail. Well, so you can see it all coming together now, can't you? It's lovely, isn't it? And then we'll add a little light. There's lots of snow and all that kind of stuff all over the top of this. So with a pointy brush, let's just go along and kind of hit and miss some dabs of snow. Isn't that lovely? And not forgetting the ones at the back. And even on some of the uprights, we'll have a little dollop of snow coming down here and there. Isn't that wonderful? And maybe perhaps a hint of a light blue just along the top. I think that will really add to the bridge, don't you? Now, how is that? Isn't that wonderful? Okay, let's zoom back. Right back all the way. Fix the camera. There it is, perfect again. Now, we have a lovely tree here. I want to get this tree in. I really want to get this tree done. So I'm going to take my large stubby and I'm going to mix a dark colour. It's a sort of a dark greeny blue, isn't it? So I'm going to take some phaylo blue and a hint of black. Let me check that. Okay, that'll do fine. I'm going to just fill in the bulk of the tree now with this dark bluey colour, alright? Let's even add a hint perhaps of crimson. Why not? Come on, it's Christmas. So we have that there, and then again I'm going to go back to my smaller brush. I'm going to take some white, a little crimson, a little yellow, Naples yellow. And again, let's do our dabbing technique with this. Now you can even go up around the sides like this, look, to give it a slightly different technique. And because it's softening down then into the blue, it's giving you lots of different tones and values. Lots of different hues. There we are, let's go down here like that. I'm first now going to soften it down into the blue like this. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is put that brush down. I'm going to take a fan brush. Let's just try it. Let's see what happens. Let's take a fan brush, some white and some phaylo blue. And let's just try a couple of different techniques, look. Let's suppose we have a little river bank down here. And let's add a couple of bits of white kind of sticking out here and there, look. So it's not all the same. There. That's a nice, crazy looking bush there now, isn't it? Lovely job. And we also have, in there, we have a hint of, I don't know what, it's like stonework or something going on inside here. So we have a hint of like little stones down here in the corner. And we put a hint of snow on those also. Like that. And we could even put a hint of little bits and pieces, perhaps even couple of little grasses, okay? Little small few grasses coming up here and there, just coming up into the bridge, you know what I mean? There. Okay, that is fine. Right, I think we have time. What time have we got? Okay, 15 minutes left. I'll move across and do this riverbank here, I think. Yeah, isn't this lovely now? It's coming on really nice, isn't it? Let's go across and do this bank. This big riverbank over here. I'm going to just firstly start with my bright snowy kind of colour. So let's get some white and a hint of blue. White and a hint of blue. Come over here and just paint this in like this first, just very loosely. And then I'm going to use my fan brush and I'm going to just add some shadow here and there. So there's a little bit of shadow coming off from the bridge or whatever it is. So we have a bit here anyway from this tree, don't we? We have a lovely shadow down there from that tree. And we have some just by the bridge. Bit of shadow here and there. And I'm going to take my small flat brush again and take some burnt umber with some black and just put this riverbank in very, very quickly here. See how fast this all is now? It's just so easy to do. Isn't it lovely? Hint of Naples yellow as well. Okay, and I will put some nice dark colour, some nice black with a hint of red, just down along the bottom here, just to give it a nice sharp finish. Now, little touch of black here just to simulate some bits of rocks, or it could be anything, just down by the riverbank. And we'll work on little details later on as well, don't worry, okay? We'll work on all the little details later. I just want to get the general blocking in kind of done, do you know what I mean? Now let's take some Naples yellow, a couple of flicks of Naples yellow through here and there, and we could even take some white and put a couple of dollops of white here and there too. There we are. Now the next step is fan brush. Let me get my fan brush, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some white and perhaps a hint of pink, just a hint, and I'm going to just put in this beautiful snow over on this riverbank here, okay? Just with the corner of my fan brush. You see, doesn't that help? Isn't that lovely? Perhaps just a little bit here and there. Look at that. I'm very happy with this. Very, very happy. I'll take a little burnt umber and suggest like a fence or something. A fence or some kind of poles or something over here. like so. And we'll give them a little bit of snow as well. Isn't that nice? The next thing I want to do is I'm going to get this big tree in. I really want to get started with this because I'm excited about this big tree. It's a wonderful big tree coming right over and some nice white foliage coming down over the bridge. Isn't it wonderful? So I'm going to get that in next. So let's take some burnt umber and some black. Lots of water. It's running down my palette now, but I don't mind. It's fine, okay? It's fine. Let me just take a look at this. Right. It comes out around here, doesn't it? It's a big, big tree and it comes right up like that. Don't be shy. Just go for it. Okay? Let's give it a big, big, big thick tree trunk now, alright? Like that. And it sort of settles down into the riverbank, doesn't it? It kind of disappears off into the bank, doesn't it? Like that? Would that be correct? Then I'm going to take my smaller brush and I'm going to come off that then with some nice branches. Look, nice big branches. And remember, we have a lot of snow on this, so you don't have to go crazy with branches, alright? Just one or two that'll really kind of catch your eye. So you see we have a couple of nice ones down low here. And they're really nice squiggly kind of branches. They really kind of catch your eye, don't they? You see? I like that. That's nice. Let's have a lot of fun with this. Right over here, right overhanging the bridge, isn't it? Now it is quite a ways in front of the bridge, but it's still kind of cutting right in front of the bridge. Some of that little foliage, it's cutting right in front of it. And let's add a few more now. Come on, let's just get going with this. Let's get a load of nice branches in here. Just be very loose, very, very quick, very loose. Now, then I'm going to just take some blue and a bit of white, and I'm going to just land some blue and white on top of some of the branches just here and there, okay? Like so. And let's put a bit up here. You see how that immediately just brings it to life, doesn't it? And let's take a little of the lighter colour and let's add a little bit of light just here and there to some of that tree. Just pull the brush down, flat brush strokes all the way down like so. And I'm going to just go very dark now on the back of this with some black. Okay, it's black paint, real dark. Now, how's that? Next job, and that'll be the end of part one. Then I think I don't want to go too far now with this recording in case I end up with a dodgy SD card again. So let's just do this now, finish this, and then we'll call this part one finished, yes? And I'm going to upload this, even if I don't have the entire tutorial finished, I'm going to upload this just to give you all a chance to kind of catch up anyway, yes? Now, lots of white, some pink, and a little yellow. And let's just go up here with the corner of our fan brush. Nice, easy snow trees. Perhaps even a hint of blue, look. Let's go for a hint of blue as well. down right over the bridge. Look, lots of snowy foliage on this. You see? Now you can see why I did the snowy kind of trees in the background. It's just to help cover the canvas, that's all. And add a bit more interest to the canvas as well. Now you see how easy this was? Wasn't it just so easy? And you can continue to add little branches and whatnot here and there, all you like, okay? It's your painting, you can do what you like with it. Now let me just stop and take a look. That's wonderful. I'm very, very happy with that. Okay, let's take some more white on the palette. And we could even go for some knife work, yes? Look, put a couple of nice thick patches with the knife. So why not? Look, come on, let's have a bit of fun. It's Christmas, let's get snowy. Let's get lots of snow on the tree. And it's just as well that I'm not going to post this until after the new year, because this is going to take quite a while to dry. With all this white paint, it'll take, I'd say, at least a week, maybe 2, before it can be shipped. So it's just as well. White paint takes forever to dry. That's what I find with oils. But it's a small compromise. It's a small compromise to make, isn't it? Now let's add a little bit just down the front of the tree trunk like this. And I'm going to call that finished. Okay? There's just one part I want to fix there, just the center piece in here. I just want to, there now, that's better. Okay, part 1 of our lovely snow scene is finished. And I'm probably going to start fiddling with this now. Like here, for instance. One thing I don't want to do is fiddle. I don't like fiddling, but I'm trying to resist the urge to fiddle. Okay, I leave it. Yeah, that's lovely now. A little bit of light there, just catching that bridge. Now, let me zoom in and show you how we have done this in part 1. Okay. And I still may do some work on the bridge. Let me just see now, let me just take a look. Okay. I'm going to take some burnt umber and naples yellow and just sort of add a little bit. Try and straighten 1 or 2 of those. And I'll just soften some of this back in here. So there we go. That's a bit better. Yeah, that's catching the light a bit better now, isn't it? There we go. Part 1 finished. Lovely snowy trees. How is that looking? There we go. Okay, I will get ready for part 2. And join me then, I hope you do. Please do not go anywhere. There's lots of more fun and techniques on the way, okay? There we go, that's better. Thank you for watching and don't go anywhere.